Have you ever wondered what became before Walt Disney, Sony, DreamWorks? Well, I'm here to tell you about a man who is known as one of the pioneers of animation who created this character, Gertie the Dinosaur, and how it had its audience amazed by the character's personality. In this quick video, we will be exploring this man's genius idea on how he created Gertie the Dinosaur and how his job as a comic book artist turned into something amazing. Hello, my name is Aiden Amato, and this is a Winsor McCay in the making of Gertie the Dinosaur. At the time of the early 1910s, a man from New York named Winsor McCay, who had the strive for invention within the arts. He was famous for his comic strip called Little Nemo. His comic surrounds Nemo in escalating tangles of weirdness, psychedelic successions of ice caves, Italian palaces, and Art Nouveau gardens. His comic became widely received from the public and even became composed as a Broadway operetta from Victor Herbert. After his well-received comic strip, he'll take his next creation at a whole other level by creating a more stranger approach and more gruesomeness, called the Jersey Skeeter, who was another comic strip who had appeared in previous pre-Nemo episodes. McCay's blood-sucking mosquito only gives him just a certain amount of charm as an insect who can create the uncanny feeling of bringing solutions to problems as the story progresses to define his character as much. And it created that freakish origin of the character's personality. But later on within the year, McCay would make a trip to the American Museum of Natural History in the city of New York and stumbles upon a skeleton display. And then, the idea of Gertie became right then and there. So McCay gets to work to start his next project on Gertie the Dinosaur, and the process was quite difficult to achieve at that time of early animation. His process in production took many of these rice papers to provide the film's length, up to 25,000 in total, to just ensure the right sequences on what his dinosaur can really do. With his process through production, without any shortcuts along the way, he uses particular techniques for animating the pieces of film, such as the split system, as what he will call it, which creates more clarity of movement between his character's poses. After long hours of work and dedication to each paper after another, the animation was presented in a live-action sequence as McCay would demonstrate his character, Gertie, in back-and-forth chatting that will have the animated Gertie to interact with McCay through action, mostly on Gertie. There's nothing else to describe this, but purely incredible. After this amazement of Gertie the Dinosaur, it became a hit, even credited for being the first animated film to ever feature a character with distinctive personality. Many people were very moved and inspired by the innovation of Winsor McCay's work, even the young Walt Disney himself, and took that innovation and created for what we all know today as the animation studio Disney. Winsor McCay's inspiration for animation continues to be known in the entertainment industry and will be remembered as one of the true pioneers of animation. Thank everyone for watching, and I'll catch you later.